amazing how many things we do that go unnoticed that block us from getting what we really want in our lives. It's the things we don't know that are the biggest concern, because if you don't know that there's something that you're doing, a habit that you have, a way that you act, a thing that you do that is getting in the way of you getting what you really want in your life, if you don't know, how can you change it? How can you stop doing it? Well, you don't. You don't know, so you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and you keep not getting what you want. Some of the tips that I'm giving you in these 30 days are the ones that are most common and maybe not the most obvious to most people as something that is getting in the way. Let me ask you a question. If there was something you were doing in your life that was standing in the way of you manifesting something you really want in your life, whether it's a love relationship, a family, a child, money, a career, health, you may not know what's getting in your way, but you know that you've been asking for certain things for a long time, and they don't seem to either be that forthcoming or you're not seeing it all together. So a lot of times they can be everyday things that we have just always done and never thought that that could be something that was getting in our way today. And today I have another one to share with you that probably most people that are watching this video are doing. Most likely. Maybe not everybody, but for most people. So stick around so I can share this next little tip with you that could change everything when it comes to receiving what you really want. What up, party people in the streets? How are you doing today? I'm so glad you're here. I really am actually glad you're here. Today, we're just kicking it and being a little casual. It's my Sunday, and actually, I was like, I have to do a video. Do I not get one day off? I'm showing up for my commitment, and I'm ready to share something else with you that could make the difference between getting what you want and not getting what you want. Welcome to day 24. So are you guys ready to pick up what I am ready to put down? I hope so. So let's just do this. It is not humble, productive, or rewarding to overgive. Now, when I first say that statement, you might say, what is she talking about? Giving is a good thing. I give and I give and I give and I give.
I would give the shirt off my back.
I would give my last dollar. I would give my bed up to somebody.
Oh, no. What is she talking about? Giving is a good thing. And I'm not saying that giving is a bad thing. I am not talking about just plain giving. I'm talking about overgiving tonight. Because there are so many people in this world that give and give and give and give to the point where it's ridiculous.
Did you ever go to lunch with somebody and want to pay for somebody's sandwich, and they insist that you're not going to pay for their sandwich? And in fact, they're going to pay for your sandwich. And guess what? They probably paid for your coffee yesterday, and they probably paid for your dinner the last time you guys got together. In fact, every time you get together, they insist on being the one to pay. Okay, there's people like that. There's people that just keep giving and giving and giving. And to truly know who is really an overgiver, because you might be saying,
oh, I'm an overgiver. I give and I give and I give and I give.
I'm talking about the people that give but never will accept anything to be given to them.
They won't accept anything. In fact, to be honest, people who do this, it's hard for them to receive anything, to take anything, because It just makes them feel so bad and guilty. They're just not used to receiving. It is so difficult and challenging for them to just say thank you and genuinely receive something without feeling completely guilty or weird about it. And how do I know? Because I used to be one of these people. I used to be one of these people that would always have to pay, that would always have to do everything. It was so hard for me to accept anything from anybody. And it was really burdening, to be honest. It wasn't that I was doing it because I felt like I had to and I was that uncomfortable that I had to do it. I genuinely wanted to give, but when it came to the overgiving part, that did make me feel uncomfortable. It did make me feel like, weird, because what would happen is I would see that other people would feel genuinely bad by me not receiving something. And it was to the point where even if people gave me a gift, it was like I couldn't even accept it and be happy about it. I actually felt bad. Like it didn't feel good to me to receive even a gift from people. And so everything that everybody gave me, I didn't even like it because I felt so bad about even receiving it. I hated the thought of somebody even giving me anything. It's really weird. I guess unless you're really the type of person that is an overgiver, you probably really wouldn't understand this, but I want you to listen to this and realize that when you see these people in your life, it's so important for you to start just having a heart-to-heart with them and saying, listen, you are an overgiver. You've got to stop doing that. It's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for the people you're dealing with, and I'm going to tell you why. The first thing is there's an incredible amount of guilt that comes along with the overgiver and the person receiving from the overgiver. The person that's overgiving, like I told you, I would feel bad when I knew that that I have bought this person's lunch. I'm just using that as an example. It could be anything. But for example, I have bought this person's lunch the last 10 times and I won't let them buy me lunch. I knew that wasn't right. It didn't feel good to me. Inside I had this knowing that this doesn't feel right. I really shouldn't be buying this every time. And then I'd feel even worse because I would see that the person felt really bad too. That person just felt so bad and guilty about having to keep taking it. And they genuinely wanted to be the one to pay the next time. Or then just, if you don't want me to pay for your lunch, let's just pay for our own lunches. Okay, anything to find a balance. So it wasn't that it was only bringing me guilt, but it was bringing guilt to the person that was receiving it. Okay, so there's that. And then there's the part about giving and receiving. Everybody needs to pay attention to their lives and make sure that they are giving and receiving 50-50. 50% giving, 50% receiving. Not over giving or over receiving in any way. So just like the overgiver is really like, this is what we're really talking about. There is the receiver, the over receiver. Now those people are just typically users, losers. I'm sorry. They just expect, and they just want everybody to give to them and they expect it. But we're not talking about them tonight. But I'm just saying that is the contrast. Okay, you have to sometimes give and you have to sometimes receive. And I'm going to tell you why, besides the guilt factor and the burden that brings to just be giving all the time. It's actually very draining to your energy. It's very draining to your energy. And it's draining to the other people too, just because it doesn't feel good. And then people may not want to do things with you because they just don't want you paying all the time. Okay? Or maybe there's a function and you're always trying to do everything at the function. Like you're running around trying to do everything. People may not want you around because they're just like, oh my gosh, like she just can't, let everybody pitch in. The family comes over and she's got to do everything. She's got to cook it all. She's got to clean it all. She's got to serve it all. And that makes everybody feel awful. Everybody wants to pitch in and give a helping hand to let people do that. There's no reason why one person has to work their ass off to overgive. There is no point to that. So these are just a couple of examples. The reason why it is important to receive and give 50-50, besides the fact that it makes everybody feel uncomfortable, is that if you don't learn how to receive, you're not going to receive what you want in your manifestations. Listen to this. If you don't know how to receive, how can you receive? If you don't know how to receive, your door is closed. All of your energy is on the giving, so the door is just pushing out, give. And because you're not allowing some of it to come back like a flow, like you give and you receive, and you give and you receive. If you're always just giving, that's a pushing away energy. And the universe can't give if you're just pushing away and pushing and giving, I'm giving. And if you're saying, oh no, I don't need you to do that. Oh no, I'll do that. The universe is like, they don't want anything. They want to do it all. So what's going to happen? You're going to have plenty of things to give. You're going to have to keep giving. That's the energy you're going to keep getting, that you have to keep giving to this person. You have to keep giving and giving of yourself. And then you just get into this motion of giving, and it's depleting and it's tiring and it gets you nowhere. And you're like this
rat on the little wheel. Okay. That's what you look like. That's what you act like. And that's what you are. If you don't allow yourself to balance the giving and receiving, you are not going to receive what you really want in your life. If you're like, God, I just want peace. I just want to relax. You're not going to have peace and relax if you're an overgiver. The universe is expecting you to keep giving. And so you're going to keep attracting people in your life that need things from you, that want things from you, that expect things from you.
And we train people how we want to be viewed and treated. So if you're always giving, people think that's what you want to do. So, oh, well, Karen will want to do this, so just let her cook dinner for us. Let's go to her house. Or Karen always likes to do this, so let her bring that. Oh, Karen always likes to do this, so why don't we just invite, her to help out and do that? I mean, it's not that people are inviting you because you're a giver. It's just, that's the role you start playing. And so you're going to have plenty of opportunities to keep giving, and it is going to be a burden, and it is going to be tiring. And even if you said that you enjoyed it 100%, I'm sorry, but when you're exhausting yourself to the point of you're just stretched and exhausted, you may enjoy it, but your body isn't enjoying it, and your body doesn't lie. It's too much. If you're pushing yourself, it's too much. And you know what that means? I talked about this in my other videos about your life force and all this stuff about your energy. When you deplete your energy, you're actually
killing yourself slowly, because you need your energy. Your body needs your energy to live and be vibrant and be alive. But if you're depleting yourself, you're actually killing yourself slowly. Or quickly. I don't know which one it is. But when you, in any activity, whether it's overgiving or whatever it is, if you find yourself depleted a lot, or stretched, or too busy, or tired, or exhausted, you are killing yourself. Because your body needs your energy to be vibrant and be alive. So think about what you're doing when you're doing it. It is not humble. It is not honorable. And it is not necessary.
So notice in your life where you're giving and where you're receiving. And next time somebody offers you to buy you a sandwich, to make you dinner, to do the dishes, to go to the store for you, to wipe the table, to put away the dishes. I don't care what it is. I want you to remember my words, because the first thing you're going to do is say, oh no, and you're going to automatically have that reflex. But I want you to stop and say, you know what? Actually, thank you. I really appreciate that. And as hard as it is going to be for you to say, thank you, I really appreciate it, because you're just not used to doing it, get used to it. You have to start somewhere to learn how to do this. I had to do it. It was so cringing for me at first. They'd say, I'm going to buy your sandwich. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. It was so hard for me. But I pushed myself to do that. And then it became easier and easier. And now
I enjoy giving and receiving. I love it. I love people interacting in that way where sometimes you give and sometimes you receive. We all want to have balance.
Because this is one more point in this. If you're doing everything all the time and you're always giving, you're actually hurting yourself, because you won't be able to receive. You won't be able to receive what you really want in your life because you're too busy pushing the energy out and giving. And guess what else you're doing? You're actually hurting that person that you think you're actually giving to, because that person also needs the opportunity to be able to balance their giving and receiving. And so if you're making them receive all the time and not be able to give, you're actually hurting them with their balance too, because you're not allowing them to give and balance out their giving and receiving. So you're not only hurting yourself, you're not doing them any favors by overgiving to them, because they also need the opportunity to give.
So think about it. You're not helping yourself and you're not helping that other person. In fact, you're hurting yourself and you're hurting the other person. So think twice when it comes to receiving.
Really put your mind every day to, am I balancing my giving and receiving? Next time you think, you know what, I just want to do this for this person, stop and think about it.
How does it feel to do this for this person? Have I been giving too much? Do I need to just back off a little? Or I already gave them this? I think that's enough. It's okay. And
the other thing, it's not necessarily that I'm going to give to Julie and now Julie needs to give to me 50%. Like, it's not balancing it out between the exact person. It's not exactly like that. Although you don't want any relationships where it's not at some point giving and receiving. Some people just want to receive, receive, receive. And if you're around people like that, you need to stop giving to them, because that is not healthy. But it's not about looking to say, okay, I did that for Julie, now Julie needs to balance that out and do it for me. It's not that, because you will get from other places and Julie will have the opportunity to give in other places, and it all starts balancing out.
But you have to pay attention to those extreme cases, and mostly you just got to pay attention to you and make sure that you're giving and receiving 50-50. Because when you do that, you open the door and you allow the universe the space to give to you what you're wanting. So, don't overgive. It ain't worth it.
And believe me, as you start putting this into practice, I can guarantee you're going to start seeing a lot more wonderful things coming into your life, a lot easier and a lot more. Okay, everybody?
I hope you'll really listen to that and put this into practice.
And I will see you all tomorrow on day 25. Bye, everyone.